All right, here we are again.
Yes, yes.
This should be a good show. This at least we have real content at this point.
What's that?
Well, I mean, you took a little bit of a trip, Thomas.
I suppose I did. Oh, you mean Street Outlaws?
Yeah, you were in Oklahoma.
You were planning on this show being Street Outlaws?
I was kind of. I mean, we don't really have anything
I
else.
can't
to
talk about it.
I mean, hold on. Let's just say if there's anything else to talk about. Tad, what do you have?
Well, I have pictures of the new Cuddy, but that's about it.
Tad.
Fantastic.
The new Cuddy?
You had a week. And
Again.
you came up with pictures.
Again, it's another
Oh, yeah.
week. He's got a picture of a goat, too.
No, the goat ain't me. The goat's you.
We'll put the goat on the Facebook page.
Whatever, float your
And
goat.
and Crunch, you've got some Grudge race stuff going on.
Yeah. I went to the Krazy Horse event at Island.
I actually was going to go to that.
Man.
Yeah, you were gone.
Yep.
I was going to go, but I was busy. So
Well, you know,
we could talk
it was
about
an
that.
experience. There was something to do that day. Good food.
That's really the only reason I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I kept hearing about the food.
The food was ridiculous. But they only got a couple Grudge races off. The track was a little iffy. You know, usually, like from my past experiences, the track is always hooking hard. You know, whenever we do it at ACO or Cecil County, which is Cecil County is a great track. Island would duplicate with the vehicles we've had, you know, small tire or big tire, whatever. But this particular day it was hot. I think it was 92 degrees. The track had to be hotter. And they were having a few issues, I guess, or not enough cars running through it to keep it right.
Hey,
So-
before we get too deep into that, sorry to interrupt you. We got a phone number, right?
Yeah.
908-751-0211.
See, that's your job. That's
I just did it.
okay. I'm sitting here watching all the lights and everything, just making.
He's a nerd. Yeah. Again, 908-751-0211. Call in and give Tad some shit because he needs it, man. Tell you.
Yeah,
This
go
is like
for
three weeks in a row. He got nothing.
I work.
Oh my God!
We all work, bro.
No, I work.
Please.
That's right. He makes horseshoes
Yeah.
and such.
All right, Crunch, continue.
Sorry, Crunch.
Yeah. So, you know, the one race, I read on Facebook, it said it had a tree malfunction. It wasn't a tree malfunction. They had Jeff Rogers up from the South. You know, Jeff Rogers is known all over for doing the Grudge and for Cash thing.
They call him Mr. Rogers?
No, they don't.
They should.
They should, right? But he and his son were there. You know, they did their race. What happened was they forgot to tell the track or inform the track that they were running a 400 Pro Tree. And it came down 500 Pro Tree. So he lost the race because he red lit, of course, and they had to give their money back. So these are like rookie mistakes from guys that are supposed to be pros at this. Because as soon as I saw it happen, I was like, who told the track officials that it was a 400 Pro Tree? Because they didn't write it in the windows like they're supposed to.
Yep.
And nobody said anything. So the track just put a 500 Pro Tree. So it messed up the Grudge race. But other than that, Krazy Horse had a race with a big block Regal on motor. His small block Ford stock block was getting 1-1 in the eighth, meaning stays with the back tire, and the big block had to clear him at the eighth, and the big block cleared him at the eighth because he spun clean up. So that was that for the Krazy Horse, but he was given the event, so he took a little hit with that race.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a hot day. And then when they announced they were closing early, I didn't know Island closed that early.
What time did they close up
It
there?
was like 6 o'clock.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, they wasted 2-3 hours with trying to get the track right, and the cars going down there. It was a interesting day, but I've never seen it. Even on a hot day, I've never seen a track have that much of an issue getting the cars to hook. So you know, it was almost like we went back to the street because the guys that know what they're doing, they have to cut that power down. They cut the power down, but the other guys who were trying to run the 10-0, they had the little 10-0 index, and they were trying to kill it.
So this was regular racing. The Grudge racing was mixed in with regular racing.
Right.
But that's
Right.
neat. I mean,
It gave us something to see,
yeah.
you know, as opposed to sitting around.
Yeah, we know if it was all Grudge race stuff, there'd be a lot of downtime trying to get everything lined up and
downtime.
You know what's funny? He just said something that's interesting to me because remember way back, a 10-0 car they were the badasses.
yeah.
That was pretty damn fast. And now Cruncher said, you know, and then they had some of the little 10-0 cars.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, I mean,
Right.
there's street cars around 10-0.
We've talked about it, you know, a million times. The amount that this has changed, you know, specifically, I mean, look, pro stock cars, they've gotten faster and faster. Fuel cars have gotten faster and faster. But the big change happened, it seemed to be with like kind of more regular cars.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
street cars.
More room for improvement.
Right.
But I mean, look what you can buy. You could buy a Hellcat with 700. You could buy a new Z06 with what, 650?
Yep.
I mean, that's shit.
It's insane.
You buy a Cadillac, throw some nitrous on it, and go kill the 10 class.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Absolutely.
Just trying to get it to hook up.
So was anything else done up there? Like, did they negotiate some upcoming races or anything interesting?
Well, I was the DP man for Gordo, who called in many episodes back.
Yep.
Him and Billy G,
Yep.
who was Krazy Horses driver.
Yep.
So he blew his motor and his trans and all that. So he decided to give this DP up. So I'll be paying that off for him this week to give to Billy G. So that race will be off the table. And they'll be doing a rematch with the Rogers kid August 8th, somewhere in the South. I'll have more information when I look at the flyer.
Okay.
But that's about it,
What'd they race for? The one that the tree screwed him up.
I think it was about $3,000, if I'm not mistaken.
And they had to pay it?
Yeah, he paid it at first, but then the track had to admit that they had the wrong number, only because they heard the arguing going back and forth. So the guy said, "There's no way I could have red lit because I put it, I was safe with the race." And
Right.
we just figured out, like, we standing around like, wait a minute, a 500 Pro Tree. And
Yeah.
that's a big difference for these guys that run the 400 and they stick it.
No, yeah. If you're on a number to 400 all time, you're going to red light on a 500 all the time.
I mean, you have to, because it's just like, it's really distinct when you see that 400 Pro Tree. It's a different, when I saw it come down, I was like, something doesn't seem right.
Now, was there any forgiveness in the part of the racing? Like, I mean, as far as the payoff goes, or did
Right.
they?
Well, once the track admitted that they were set to a 500 Pro
Okay.
Tree, then everybody calmed down. It's not that big of a deal.
Gotcha.
Everybody gets their money back.
Yeah.
You can't expect to get paid or pay off, with a
Well,
controversy.
we heard about the one a couple weeks ago where there was a problem at the track.
Yeah, well, that was a whole nother ball game. That
Yeah.
was $50,000. They lost that, so that was a problem in the tree.
Yeah.
So it was in the tree, but they created that problem when they asked, because of the hood scoops was so high. They asked the track to move the tree. Was it a foot further
Okay.
towards the
For
60
visibility.
yeah, for visibility. So once you ask the track to do that, you cause your own problems between the two races.
Well, are the trees relocatable? I mean, is that something?
That was the first time I had ever heard of that situation. So, I mean, I wouldn't.
Englishtown's not.
I mean, there's got to be
Yeah.
a standard dimension of.
Well, there is from where you line up.
Yeah.
There's standard dimension, and the Englishtown is built in. I mean, they could take it off the post, but the post is in the ground.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that was the first time I had ever heard of that. So,
I've seen people with plexiglass in their hood scoop so they can see through to the tree before, but
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I would think you should just make it taller, if anything.
Maybe. But then you're looking more towards the sky, more towards the sun.
I know, or have not.
I have never heard of anybody asking to move the tree. That's funny.
yeah, that
Nor
was
have I.
that was a bad situation. There was no arguing there. It was, the tree was moved. It was still wrong, but it was red light in the same lane
Right.
every race. So by the time they figured it out, the money's gone.
Yeah.
Ted,
People had paid off.
That's big money.
have you
too.
ever heard about that?
about what?
Moving,
oh my God.
Moving a tree?
What?
No.
What the fuck? About
Oh,
what?
How about cutting a
Are
red
you?
lighting
Were you listening to?
Yeah, but he's talking about red lighting. I was like, what? The red lighting situation or moving the tree? Because I've never heard the tree move.
Okay, so the question is, have you ever heard of someone cutting a Christmas tree down?
Yes, I've heard of that.
Okay, there you go.
Well, now we're talking about trees. I was watching something in NHRA. They have a different staging system now with the blue lights.
Oh yeah, that's old.
Right, but I mean, to me, it's like I've never pulled in for the blue light, so I had to get used to it watching it on TV. I was sitting there like, okay, because the racer in your head, you're always on the trans brake when you see them on it. In your mind, you're pushing the button yourself. But I never saw the blue light. It's like half a moon, then the other half.
I don't know
Yeah, I've
nothing
seen
about a
that.
blue light.
Yeah, it's about 3 years old.
I mean, it's honestly been that long since I have watched.
blue LEDs.
Yep.
Light the top when you're pre-staged. Then the bottom and the whole light lights up when you're staged.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it delineated like the further in you are, it's showing you how far in you are? Does it go? So it's just okay.
It's half, and just
Half
like
and
putting
half.
on one bulb and then another one.
Yep.
But it's
But now it's one bulb.
it's half and then the bottom half.
Now, why the fuck they do that?
Well,
Everything's been the same forever, and you got to go play fucking games with the tree.
Tad,
Something new? What?
I know, but I mean, for fuck's sake, the trees have been the same forever.
You're the technological guy over there with your iPads and whatever you solar powered, whatever you got over there. Get a picture of the new tree for Michael. He hasn't seen it.
Try to help me,
Wait.
Dad.
Wait, I'm going to show Mike a picture so all our listeners can see it, right?
But I mean, we can post it so they know what we're talking about.
Well, Mike just wants to see it.
Yeah, I've never seen.
You know
it.
you're going to get a clown or a goat
I know.
with blue LEDs on there or some shit. They're both.
Oh, God. What's the keyword for looking for that?
You know, Tad,
I don't know, clown riding a goat.
Tad put up the new turbo that's electric. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think that's a little far fetched to ever really work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Working on Formula One?
They're already doing it, and
yeah,
they're selling it to the drag guys. 12-volt battery.
Well, you need a lot of amperage to deal with that, but
and I mean you have to have a horsepower increase that offsets what you have to carry for batteries and stuff to run that thing. And that picture that was on Facebook, why does that thing look like it has an exhaust housing and
Yeah.
electric motor and I mean,
compressor?
And the inlet.
is that I see now?
And it looked like a tiny turbo.
Well, yeah, the exhaust housing, it looked tiny.
Well, here's what I think that is.
Nonsense.
Well, partially
It's a
nonsense. but
prototype for a small motor.
no, what I think it is, it's probably to assist in low speed. Like if you don't have a ton of exhaust gas at low RPM.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't. I mean, all it does is kind of supplement.
Yeah.
A standard, but I mean that's a far cry from an electric turbo.
Oh, yeah. No, that's exactly what they said it was.
Yeah.
It's for
Yeah, and they said
when
it
you're
had
off
no-
throttle, keeps the speed up.
Yeah.
And yeah, low volume, which is pretty much the same thing.
No lag.
Well, that's what it does. It keeps the wheel spinning so you don't have lag.
Don't care.
I know you don't. I know.
You don't think it'll be efficient?
Not
I
as-
think, as a matter of fact, I believe Volvo has something like that now. In that motor I talked about that won automotive engineering of the decade or some shit. I read it on Fox News. Let me tell you, it was the Volvo's newest motor has some kind of turbo electric hybrid system. There's something to this. I'm terrible with this shit. I read something.
Which one is more credible than the other? Is it Fox News or Google?
I was just going to say, we just lost half our listeners.
Why?
Because you said Fox News.
Oh my God! Suck it up, people.
Or is it Volvo?
Open your mind.
Google or Fox News? Which one?
I would.
Fox
tend-
News is 100%.
Oh, here we go. Now we lost.
Now we lost the rest of them.
2/3
Oh,
gone.
yeah, there it is.
Wow, that's fucked up. I'm
It's more
looking.
like a video game than a staging
Yeah,
list, you know?
who at NHRA decided to do that shit? What the fuck?
You know, it's probably for the racers. So,
Why is it for the racers?
because they're the
Actually,
only
that's a
coming.
picture from the first one. That one is from the four wides.
Well, we're gonna have to post that because I was unaware of this because I don't go to the track anymore. Unfortunately, my tracks are now covered with mud,
And you don't care.
and I really don't care. But I mean, it's just it seems to me like I don't know if we could figure the origin of the drag racing Christmas tree that it had been the same forever. I would almost use the term a tradition.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
All the other ones are regular trees. I had to look for the new blue lights.
And it was perfected.
Yeah, I don't think they had it. Well, this is broke. We got to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
All right. Well, we're gonna put that on Facebook. Tad, you were
Yeah.
dispatched to put that picture on Facebook.
We should hate
I'm
on
doing
NHRA a little bit for that.
Well, their big guy stepped down, right?
One of them, yeah. I forget which one.
Yeah, I got a cryptic text message from Fudd telling me that what did he call him? I don't know, a shepherd of
The shepherd of drag racing.
I don't know. I don't know what a sheep has to do
brain
with this.
trust of steerage or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But I didn't even know what he was talking. I mean,
I used steerage in a sentence today, by the way.
did you? Very
Yeah,
good.
I was proud of myself.
You got to work on that.
I know.
It's always good to work on steroids. I don't really know when I stopped paying attention to NHRA. I mean,
I do.
yeah, I mean, probably when
Your,
I
your
stopped.
dad sold his car.
Yeah, I mean, like I really probably just fuck. I don't know when the last time I looked up an event result was. I mean, I just don't. And you know, I mean, I used to like looking at a 30 car pro stock field.
Yep.
To see who was going to get in.
Yep.
Wow,
And now it's just
17 cars.
Yeah.
15 cars.
yeah.
that's a lot of cars.
I mean, I'm wondering when NHRA is going to say, "Well, look, guys, we got to knock the field back to 8 or 10 or something." Because I mean, they're running out of people that are going to spend this kind of
Yeah.
money.
And guys like Fudd's buddy are going to be able to qualify
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
and get paid. Run 8:30.
they'll probably put, you know, a minimum on the field.
Sorry, Grudge.
For the record, Fudd is Alan,
Yes.
the engineer.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's no longer with us.
Yeah.
Well,
with
now
us-
you make
he's
it
with us
sound
in
like the guy's fucking dead.
He's with us in
just-
spirit.
Just saying he's
I wasn't
he's not
tooling
on
on
the show
I wasn't tooling on Alan.
he's
I was
been
tooling on
replaced
his buddy.
because he's a busy man.
Yeah, I wasn't
He's
making fun
my
of him.
buddy.
I was
He's my
making.
buddy.
I know. I was making
What?
fun of his pro stock buddy.
Right, but I had to make sure
I
everybody
know.
knew who
You-
Fudd was.
Who are you talking about?
Fudd?
Some
I heard something about busy man, so I was just. I got confused. Alan, I'm sorry if you're listening. Feel free to call in and tool on all of us.
yeah,
All right,
Yeah,
well-
please do that.
Let's move on. And again, I'll give out the phone number, Tom, this time because my brain is working.
Go.
908-751-0211. I don't know. We posted this on Yellow Bullet. The problem with the live listener stuff is that it's very hard to figure out how many people are going to be able to jump on and be able to see things soon enough, to actually listen. And more than anything, call in. But this is a good show, and it's really a shame that maybe we didn't prep a little more or get the word out there a little more, because Tom did go to a Street Outlaws taping. Now, he even went with a car, so he was involved.
Yep.
Right.
But with that being said, he said, "What did you say? Disclosure forms out the ass."
Holy shit! 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, I signed my life away. You can't talk about this. You can't talk about that. And from what I understand, the guys said they will come after you hard.
well,
They take it serious.
I'll let the person who's trying to produce this podcast put it right out there on paper. I wasn't there. So if Tom says any shit, I didn't sign shit. I don't know shit. If he F's up, that's Tom.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you obviously got involved with this because of your affiliation with this podcast. Is that what got you?
Of course. How else would I?
No. So tell a story about how some of it came together, as much as you can. I mean, your
Yeah.
side of it, you can.
Well,
tell.
I mean, a friend of mine got asked to go. They ran. I don't know if they're advertising what it is. I think they are. And if they're not, it's still cryptic. I mean, they're going to run the first import versus domestic Street Outlaws.
right.
So one of my buddies got asked to go. He's got a crazy fast import car, Toyota Supra. And, I was asked to go and, be one of his crew members, which is really cool. So flew down to Oklahoma City and just got into it. I mean, we literally had an 8:30 flight at night, got there at 11 o'clock at night, met at the hotel, and then waited for about an hour to find out where we were going to test. And we went and we drove to some high school, desolate high school, and tested, a very fast car
Right.
at a high school. And, we were tooling on this show.
Yeah, we were.
We were. Oh, it's fake. It's this. It's that.
Any Street Outlaw guys, please don't listen to episodes 1 through 15.
Yeah.
I would suggest
Yeah,
you
'cause-
avoid them.
Well, no,
At all costs?
no, because right now I'm going to take it all back. I'm trying to think of what I can say, but I will tell you this: the testing was legit.
Well, here, I will ask you some questions to try to keep you from losing your firstborn to a lawsuit.
Okay, go.
We kind of theorized that this was a lot more scripted and fake.
Yep, we did.
We talked about everything from sound effects. We talked about everything.
We did.
Now, one of the things that we thought is that the actual testing might be legitimate, except for when Daddy Dave was running around the truck hiding from the cop. And,
Well,
and,
yeah.
I mean, look, your brain only has to function a little bit to realize if the cop's saying, "Who you out here with?" Nobody.
Yeah.
Well, who the fuck is holding the camera?
Exactly.
I mean, come on. We know,
Exactly.
we know what happened there.
Right.
But I think that a lot of the running around, flashlights, getting a car off the trailer, it's dark and everything else, bam, they make a pass. I think that
was exactly how it was.
okay.
They sent out scouts to known places that they could watch. They had radios and cell phones and stuff, and
Yeah, who uses radios now? You got cell phones.
Yeah.
Fuck, you need a radio for? Send a text message. Hey, dork, don't come here.
Wait, beep him up. Beep him that we're coming.
no, it's way faster
Yeah.
with a radio.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
If a cop's coming,
Yeah.
you don't want to be. Yeah, I'm not taking this call. Okay,
I got to talk to my girl. Hold on.
yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back. Yeah.
And yeah, they went out and I guess gave the all clear, and we rolled out, and it's legit.
Wow.
Pretty cool. I mean, I didn't get to my hotel Friday night until well after 4 a.m.
Now that was the testing evening.
That was testing even, and people were testing in various parts around Oklahoma City.
Right.
Including the big dogs. Nobody knew where anybody was.
Oh, hold on. We have to take a step back. I got a text message from the Fudster.
Oh boy.
Don't have the time since I'm on the phone, but I'm listening. By the way, Jeff ran 720s and record was 697. Not great, but not as bad as Tom is saying.
720, 820.
Hang on. You're right, Alan. Tom is an ultra large douchebag.
He doesn't have the nutsack to type that.
No, he probably doesn't. So where you were testing at the school, this was not sanctioned. The police didn't say.
No, it was a real school.
But hold up, because a lot of things, with the exception of people that live in Oklahoma in this area, how rural is it? I mean, is it like here? I mean, not that here helps anybody either, but I mean, let's try to give them, like, how far away from police station are you? Is it local sheriff? Is it?
Let me give you, I'll give you an idea, and I'll say something that Tad will understand. On a 1 to 10, it's like a D. Tad?
What goat? What?
It's rural. It is. It's a high school. It's like, what it's like? It's like a regional high school out here, like Hunterdon Central.
Okay.
All the way up on 31. It's a high school out in the middle of nowhere. Main streets around it, but there weren't houses anywhere.
Okay.
And I mean,
So it's probably even more rural than out here.
A little bit.
I think so.
But this particular place that we were at, I can't tell you one of the defining qualities of it, but I could tell you, I'll tell you this, and after the show airs, we'll talk about it more. There was something around this high school that caused it to be to have restricted airspace.
Really?
Yeah. So
Government?
I can't say, but helicopters couldn't fly around it.
So anybody, if the cops got a chopper to look to see where the idiots are tonight, they can't
go there.
Can't really go there.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So this testing wasn't sanctioned. So at any point in time, were you guys like we would have done it in Newark, like ready to take the fuck off? Like if something.
Well, yeah, you're as ready to take off as you can with a 48-foot trailer and a race car out on the track, and pouring. You're out on the street, you're pouring VHT down. I mean, the reality is, the cops show up. Yeah, all the support guys are going to get away, but we were.
Yeah, leave your dumbass
we
right there.
Yeah.
Tom, did you hook?
I can't say.
Now
I showed you the video.
I didn't see any video.
Good man. See, that's a street racer.
No
right
hablo español.
there. See,
so legitimate testing.
Yeah.
And then that was the first night you got there.
Yeah. So then we were out till about 4. Got up early next day to prep the car, clean the car, decal it up, and wait for the call.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had no idea we really had no idea who we were going to race, but we had no idea where we were going.
Well, you said from an organizational standpoint, it's a little scattered, right?
You know what? I said that, but in retrospect, after knowing what I know now, it's by design.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess they probably really don't want too much information can't get out. You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know that. I can't say that. Sorry, man.
Commercial break.
Yeah. So yeah, we hung around, we messed around with the car, got some lunch, waited for the call, and basically what happens is, actually midday. Sorry, let me back up. 2:00, they want to go to some of the shops, and they're talking about going to Midwest, and they're talking about going to Chuck's place because Chuck has the persona of being a jack off on the show, and they wanted to go to his shop. And
he does seem, Chuck, if you're listening, sorry, you seem like kind of a douchebag, but
yeah.
Tom confirms that, you are not a douchebag.
Actually, all them guys were super cool.
Well, they really should be.
They're movie stars.
Well,
yeah.
TV stars, but
They need fan base.
Yeah.
You can't be a schmuck, but so much.
Well, I mean, you could actually, once you get up, not that they're Burt Lancaster. Who's that? Sorry, I could use somebody new.
How old are you?
I'm old, man.
What the fuck, Burt Lancaster? What the fuck?
All right, Honey
Ted
Boo
said
Boo.
that. I know. Yeah, you can't be Honey Boo Boo.
No, but I mean, like what you're talking about is you could be a heel. You know, like in the
Yeah.
pro wrestling.
Yeah.
For any of you idiots that actually watch that, or God forbid, still think it's real. You know, you've got like
Tad.
Yeah.
No.
You've got, you know, the good guy and the bad guy. The bad guy probably has equal amount of fan base. So
Wrestling's fake.
yeah, sorry. I mean,
WWE is
I
fake?
know it's like letting the Santa Claus fucking stuff drop on you there, talking about that.
Whoa. Santa Claus isn't real?
Whoa!
All right,
Now you're pushing
now we're on sacred ground here. Man.
Now you're pushing it.
so I mean, being a douchebag on the show is
for
adds
the show.
to the
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yep. So anyway, they were going to go to Chuck's. They were going to go to Midwest, and me and Dave decided we're going to go see Daddy Dave.
Mhm.
So we drive over, see the garage,
Mhm.
pull in the parking lot, walk in, standing there, you know, with his car. Actually, the car wasn't in the garage yet. He's standing there talking to this woman and guy, car he was working on. Had some nice cars in the shop. I went in, introduced myself, and we spent 2 hours with the guy.
Mhm.
I mean, just the cool. He's the coolest guy.
Do you want to say I'm Tom from Power and Speed or Tom from Manly?
You know what I said.
I got you.
He was definitely the coolest guy.
Yeah.
Like really down to earth guy. And I'll tell you what, those guys are street racers. They are street racers. They do it because they like the street race. They like to race. They know how to get a car down a shit track. We're idiots for 15 episodes. We were fucking idiots.
Well,
But I will tell you, when you watch a race,
yeah,
they do fuck it up with all the cameras and all the nonsense.
yeah.
I mean,
No, there's points we've made that certainly hold water.
yeah, they're valid. Yeah,
and they're valid.
but when you watch a race, it's legit.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till it's aired because I want to tell you some shit about, you know, a couple of the cars. They're a real deal.
Well, I mean, there are some interesting things that I learned from this. Now, you had mentioned that you get the call about where and how and what. Do they have multiple race locations set up?
Well, you don't know. Yeah, I mean, they must. But I can tell you this. Somebody, and I can't say that either. All right.
Commercial break.
So yeah, you about 7:00, they just dropped a pin on the super owner's phone, and then he sent it to all of us, and that's where we were going. We had to be there for 9. We got there, and you pull in, and it's a set.
Yeah,
like it's legit. It was really cool because I don't know if I can say that either.
Is that a Street Outlaws lawyer calling you?
Yeah, it was.
Watch your step, Rosano.
That was my lawyer calling. Yeah, I think he just quit. So we pull in. You got to go through the whole waiver process, which is not, it's not as bad as I made it sound. It was like 10 minutes worth of reading stuff and signing, and then you got to write your name on everything that you signed. You write your name on it in a Sharpie and you hold it up, and you got to get your picture taken with it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And they put a band on you, and
Somebody saying, shut up.
yeah, somebody, you know what? Somebody else talk. My mom's in the hospital, and she.
Oh, shit.
No, it's gonna be okay. But I just got a text that I got to read.
Okay.
So
I'd say we'll throw it to you,
Well,
Ted.
actually the problem is I actually have something that I want to ask him about because you
can't ask him now.
I know.
He's busy.
But in Somerville, the car cruise that I go to every Friday nights,
Yeah.
we have an underground racing Lamborghini cruising the strip now, and another couple Lamborghinis, and I was like, things are starting to get a little hot. Nobody's racing, but
Well, I mean, I don't think there's going to be any kind of racing going on in New Jersey, any place. I mean, everybody's got to know this place is full of fucking dickheads.
I just passed on my way here. I just passed a white Lamborghini.
it's probably one of the ones.
White rims and tinted windows and all black accents, and it went by me. He had to be doing at least 150 miles an hour.
That's one of the ones that sounds just like I get it on video cruising Somerville Main Street, but that's not the underground racing one, which I wasn't able to find.
I heard it. I looked in the rearview mirror, never saw it, and heard it go by me.
So you sure that one over there is an underground guy?
I haven't seen it. No, I was told. Everybody's like, oh, no, I saw the writing on it. The white one going by, I got on video. I didn't get to see the other one. There's a blue one that comes by, a convertible, that always in Bound Brooks because the guy owns.
Well, if you see the underground racing guy, fuck with him. Say, I got a drag car that wants to race you a half mile.
If I find the guy, yeah, and I'll say, you know what, I know Tom.
He's going to see you. He's going to run. He's like, what the fuck is that? I ain't never coming back here again.
All right, I'm back.
You're back?
I'm back.
Everything good?
Everything's good.
Good.
Well, that's the thing. I was wondering how deep Tom is into underground racing, knowing things about how many customers do they have?
Well, I think there's a lot of them.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, let's go. All right, Tab.
All right.
Save that.
Zip it.
All right.
We'll get back into that.
So they tell you where to be.
Yep.
They've constructed a whole deal.
Yep.
You have to sign the waivers, and they get very specific in the waivers, like what you can and can't talk about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he can basically not talk about anything.
Well, I mean, we can talk about operation and how things work.
Yeah.
But we can't talk about things that would impact
The show.
airing of the next show.
Right. Right. So
But now, after the show is over, is it a time waiver that you can't talk, or can you still not even?
it's directly post showing.
Okay, so post showing it expires.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could talk about anything. You could be like, "This is fucked up. This is fucked up. That
Yeah,
happened."
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They just don't want you to
Spoil it.
what do they call it?
Spoilers.
Ruin their investment.
Yeah. There's a word for it. There's a movie industry jargon that I actually knew.
Oh, what? Now you're the guy like with the fucking cool sunglasses.
No.
'cause you were hanging out with the
I
movie
know
guys?
it. I know it because
Burt
I know it
Lancaster.
because I saw it on Family Guy once, and I googled it.
Guy? Google came up.
Oh man.
That's the best show on earth, man. Family Guy.
Oh,
That's
God.
all real.
Especially Meg, right?
Yeah, Meg.
Okay, so now they get you. Now, how long? So they get this set up. Now, obviously, it's no secret at this point that because of it being a whole filming set, and probably multiple cameras, the whole.
Multiple.
Yeah, there's probably a million. Well, look at all the different views we
Dude.
see when we watch it.
You don't even know how many cameras there are.
Yeah.
I mean, just GoPros alone.
Yeah.
There's dozens.
Yeah, and they're on the cars. They're on the ground.
They're on the cars. They're on the ground.
in the
Oh, yeah.
trees. They got an
They
eagle
are.
carrying one.
Apparently, I didn't see the eagle, but I'll take your word for it. I mean, there are drones.
Yeah.
One painted like an eagle.
Is it a gag clause?
Pardon me?
Gag
Talking about
clause?
Well, that would be the
movie
technical
genre.
term
Yeah.
for what it was, but he was talking. Never mind, Ted.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
But
waivers.
good try. Okay.
Wait. I just you can all see what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Where were we before
I
we
don't
started
know.
talking about his
Tad
gag
just
reflux or
started
whatever he's
fucking.
talking about?
A goat just ran by.
Yeah, I heard that.
So this whole thing is not quote unquote illegal. I mean, look, I guess technically it probably is illegal, but it's somewhat locale, police.
Well, it's not illegal in the town that they did it in where we were because
Okay.
there was a waiver, but they apparently, I don't know if I could say that. Shit.
Commercial break.
Yeah, well, it's not illegal there. I mean, they had
Okay.
they had police, they had rescue,
All right, so
rescue,
that's what I'm getting to. Like the things that we would.
and it was on a live road. I mean, there were cars driving by,
What?
and the police had to manage it. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So the police were directing
yeah,
traffic.
yep.
Well, were cars driving down the track?
No,
Okay.
no,
So they were squirreling them away from the.
no. That was closed.
Okay.
That street was closed.
Okay.
It was very scripted. They parked us, and then they told you when to take your car out, and they had all the cameras and mic'd up and everything, and it was a big process getting the cars out. And then they interviewed the owner. Then next car.
Did they have a mic on you?
No.
Oh, that would have been great.
Can you imagine?
Dumb shit that you could have just said things that
I
didn't
know.
relate to anything, other than us.
They probably don't have enough bleeping.
No, they don't.
capabilities.
And it's funny. They had a lot of mics, and they put one on the driver, and they said, "Listen, just remember, you're going to be here from what is 9 o'clock until daylight, and they not only can hear, but they're taping everything that you're saying. So try to remember that."
Yeah.
And literally, it's on the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't have one. I mean, I'd be
All kinds of stuff.
yeah, just nuttiness.
So that's how long this goes on, from 9 until sunup?
I got back to my hotel at after 7 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, to make a half-hour TV show, because this encompassed
14 hours of video or time for 42 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is technically a 1 hour time slot
Yeah.
with commercials and everything else. Boy, that is pretty fucking disgusting. You think about it, 42 minutes, and you got all the rest of it is commercials. 18 minutes of fucking commercials. We need to open a TV station.
That's what we need to do, because I found out how much commercial time is on that show.
Well, I mean, that probably shouldn't be a secret if you were going to, I mean, there wasn't a waiver about commercial costs, was there?
I don't know.
Is it a hush-hush on that, too?
I would tell you.
That's probably common knowledge. What if Power and Speed wants to buy a 30-second spot?
For what I understand, that's not going to happen.
Oh no, it's not going to happen
Which you understand.
because it's $250,000 for
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I've got a lot more.
Yeah, important things to do.
we can handle that.
up in Easton.
Yeah.
But think about how our viewership would grow.
Listen, there could not be enough eyeballs that could ever see that, or send in $1 for every eyeball that saw it to make it worth $250,000. But I mean, I guess that's why you don't say
Why can't we do a GoFundMe to get a better third wheel?
a better flunky.
He is a better flunky. He's a better flunky than the first flunky.
The first flunky. He's still listening, and he's blowing my phone up. So, all right. So you're there.
All right. Fudd was a good flunky.
He was a good flunky. So you were there.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Fudd is my friend.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I wasn't talking badly about him.
I'm just saying. He's not a flunky. He's a friend.
Don't worry.
He said
There's
flunky.
another F word you can use.
I just repeated
friend,
it.
not flunky.
I was thinking
Carry on.
I got
freak,
you.
but
Carry on.
I got you, bro.
all right. See,
It's fun.
so
Go ahead.
they get they have you get the cars out, everything else. How is it determined who you race? Is that set up by the racers themselves, or
Yep.
is it set up by the show?
It looked to me like it was set up by the racers.
Okay.
You know, they had this big thing where everybody lined up 20 feet apart, and then they walked towards each other, like, you know, for the negotiation. I think I could say that because they did it every show. I think
Sounds like a Western.
it is just like a Western, only no horses. And then they just started talking about who's going to race who, and you know who wants what, and it looked like it was legitimate to me.
I can ask you this: do you think that the proper pairings, if you went down the imports fastest to slowest, and down the Street Outlaw guys were there to race fastest to slowest, was it a straight up lineup, fastest import versus fastest quote unquote Street Outlaw guy?
They tried to keep it fair.
They did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Because, you know, like, look, I'm thinking about this. Was this just racing for money? I mean, this wasn't like they have their round robin thing where they all race and then it's who won.
No, it was money races,
Okay.
import versus.
Okay.
And there's one race that's going to actually shock you.
Okay.
I wish I could talk about it. It was the coolest fucking thing,
Okay.
but I can't.
But when does this air?
Fall.
Fall. Oh, Jesus.
You're going to wait till then?
Season 6.
That's not bad.
By by the fall, we'll forget about it.
That's what
Be
they're
like, hey, look, I saw Dickhead Tom on TV.
I won't.
Yeah, you won't. You'd be like,
I'm waiting.
I know, right? Wow, fall. That they've got that much ahead, huh? They've got that much put down already.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's probably what you got to do.
I wonder how long it takes from all the video editing and everything.
Well, I mean, I guess if you really think about it, if it airs once a week, you know, it's not a lot of episodes.
Well, how many? They only go a half a year, right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't understand this because when I was watching TV as a wee lad, a season ran from a time to a time, and then there was like a break, and then they started over again.
Reruns.
Now
Yeah,
you've
it was
got
almost like summer.
now you've got a half season, or it stops in December, but then we'll pick back up in May, and then takes I don't know.
I think that's a marketing ploy just to get people more excited about it.
Well, I think they like to have season finales and
Yeah.
season openers so they can push the commercial time.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about a couple other things, like things that I've noticed that I have very specifically hated on.
Go.
One of the questions I asked you was, well, are they still racing on that fucking road with telephone poles? And you said no.
No.
Now, I mean, I'm going to have to really, really watch because I think everybody in this room that saw this would be like, there were fucking telephone poles there. We were counting them to try to figure out if it really was an eighth mile.
Well, yeah, but I think they have multiple locations,
Okay.
and I think they have to. I mean, when I say multiple, and I'm just guessing, I bet you they have 10 or more because people look for that shit. When we were testing, there were people following us or following the trailer around because they know.
Oh my God, dude. Are you telling me that this is Street Outlaw groupies?
Stalkers.
I guess.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's great.
In fact, we were working on the car and two guys walked over. I could say this actually. And Dave he'll back me up on this because I'm the one who I think I found these guys out.
I just want to take a little step backwards. You do realize that everything here has just made me look like a douchebag and a half because I hate it on Dave. I hate it on everything. The only thing that would have made it worse if you said, you always say nice things about Chief. Douchebag. That'd be about the only thing that would make it any worse.
But you always did say nice things about Chief.
I thought he was a good presenter. He's got a talent for that. But if it turns out he's a douchebag, then I'm just gonna sit here and not talk.
He seemed all right.
Yeah, but you said you didn't really get to talk to him.
No, I didn't get to talk to him. I mean, he's busy all the time, and he looks like he never sleeps.
Yeah.
All the other ones are obviously nocturnals. I mean, they must sleep during the day.
Yeah.
Because Asian was wide awake. Farm truck. All of those guys were, on their game. Asian's hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, I think he's
a really cool guy.
Yeah, I think he's a character. Yeah.
Okay, what was your question?
I don't remember.
Oh, telephone poles.
Yes.
There were no telephone poles.
Now,
but it's like I said. There could be 24 locations.
What about distance? What is the exact?
I
distance?
think it's.
We walked it.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure.
what is it? 660?
Yeah, 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing that I didn't like on 101's actually the one telephone pole looking location. It seemed like that the cars were very close to curbing. That like they were.
It's narrow, and we saw the track. No, we didn't see the track. The place we were testing,
The street.
I'm sorry, we did see the track, and before the racing started, we were talking to Dave, and one of our guys was saying, "Man, it's pretty narrow," and he's like, "Wow, we've done way more narrow than that." And
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, and it's a real street. I mean, it's narrow. It's different surfaces on each side. It's the crown changes from the start to the finish. Like you gotta have your shit pretty right.
All right. Well, if you have any questions for Tom that he could maybe answer, 908-751-0211, because here's what's going to happen when that's what's tough about this. I mean, you want to get listeners, and I can see some people are listening. So one of you nitwits call up and ask Tom a question. We would like to get more people involved with the show, but this is tough because you can't say a lot. So you can ask him operational questions about what happened with Street Outlaws. You can ask him, but you can't ask him essentially results that would impact, what is going to air, I guess, Jesus, all the way in the fall.
Yep.
Wow. All right. So narrow roads. Well, 908-751-0211. One more time.
Did you have fun, Tom?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. You're a car guy around a bunch of cars that look good.
And the cars are right, man.
Well, here's a question for Tom. I know Michael like it. Would all-wheel drive really help out there?
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Ah.
There's a teaser.
We will definitely see.
That's a teaser.
Yep.
So Tom did not disclose anything, but gave us something that if your brain worked, you might figure out maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Pretty cool.
And I hope he got his ass whooped so I can tease you.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess you can't. I can't.
We got to
even,
wait till fall for this?
I can't even fuck with you because you can't.
I literally can't. Yeah. Yeah.
This is like a girl on her period for 6 months.
Oh.
Was that? I can't say that. Can I?
Okay. Yeah, of course you can.
Too late. It's done.
Just asking.
So, okay. So definitely as narrow as it looked, but you said where you were, no telephone poles.
Yeah, no telephone poles.
Which is good because realistically, I mean, I think if I went there, like if I was going with my brother and we had a car together to do that, and there were poles there.
Yeah,
I don't
7-second car.
Yeah, I don't think I'd let him race.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen these things get on their lid, and it seems like when a lot of them get out of shape, they get squirrely, they get sideways, and then they kind of flop over a few times. They're not terribly fast. What's going to happen if a guy has a problem at the 8th? Or in shutdown or something.
And hits a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut the car in half. Yeah, that's a bad deal.
No, there were no poles. There were curbs. I mean, it's a real street.
Yeah.
Like it's a real street. There's a factory next to it, and it's a real street.
Here's something. Did you get any GPS coordinates so we can watch from Google Earth live?
I do.
Ah.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty neat to be able to look down because then you can look and
watch
see.
it.
Huh.
I think Google owes us some money.
Right, 'cause we mentioned them a lot.
We mention Google a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I have the drop pin.
So EMS was there, cops were there,
security.
Yeah.
You had to be, you got a wristband. They had crew food, which I can't tell you how I got some of that, but I did.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right.
Craft services.
Yeah.
Yes, they have a craft services.
Yeah,
truck.
yeah. I mean, it's a regular.
We're doing the
production.
wrong shit. We should do.
We
a
are
TV
doing the
show.
wrong shit. Yeah. Why don't we?
Hey, we had a good chef here for a while.
Hey, listen, I was able to.
Who?
What?
Wait, you didn't have those good burgers and hot dogs?
He's talking about Mike.
Mike.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm still here, dickhead.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
leave.
yeah. I was wondering where
Yeah,
did our
but-
chef go?
The fuck is wrong with you?
So many levels.
We couldn't begin.
We have to do a show just on Ted.
We couldn't. Yeah, and we definitely could.
Oh, fellas. We forgot to mention we have a guest in the house.
Yes, we do. Jeff Hester, listener, has come in to hang out and watch this amazing production happen. And I'm sure this is like, like you got the hot bitch that like you see her and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get on that. And then you finally get on it, and you're like, eh.
Well, you had him sign the disclosures, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Just go. Yeah.
And he brought his killer Mustang outside.
Yep.
That is a badass car.
And then we made him sit in a chair that he fell through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, so is he a street racer?
He used to be.
So do you have a name? Like, because all you guys got names, right? Oh, the fireman. I would have called him the Court Hester. That's just me. I don't know.
That was bad.
Whatever.
That was bad. Jeff is actually the legendary 2 running guy of my brother.
Oh.
Yep, that's that guy. But I mean, and
He fucked that up.
yeah. In fairness, Jeff was one of the first people that I think I really talked to down there. That Brian and I talked to and became friendly with. Like, I mean, we kind of met everybody once, but I've known Jeff, and like it typically goes on in life. Sometimes you lose track of people, and then you end up reconnecting, and you end up talking. But I mean, Jeff and I have been good friends for a long time now. I mean, Christ, when was that, Jeff? That had to be 93. Yeah, that's right, because you got your Firebird. Yeah. So that was a long time. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's nice to have stuff like that.
Yep.
So, on a couple more questions about Street Outlaws, and I think I got things that I can ask you. That can we talk about Chief's actual car?
Yeah.
Because that to me,
I think so.
yeah. I mean, I didn't know that. It seemed like Tad knew it. That it's a real Pontiac.
I didn't know it either.
Yeah, it's a real Pontiac.
It's a real Butler built Pontiac.
oh, you get to look at the heads. You see the exhaust ports, how they come out. It's just nothing but a Pontiac.
It's a real nice car.
Yeah.
His shit is first rate.
Yeah.
Trailer, car,
Hybrid
operation.
turbos.
Now, are these things like they started off as real cars? They're not all tube cars from the ground up, right?
They never had any. I never saw the doors open on that car. I saw the hood off and trunk off. You're in gravel, so I didn't want to climb under it.
Yeah, I've seen the nose off some of the cars, and they got a tube front end.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean.
No, I think they're back half cars.
Yeah, the reason. I'll say that we get into that discussion again. What's a back half car?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're double frame rail. I'm sorry. No, his car is a Outlaw 10.5 car, so
Really?
he must be a double rail race car.
Wow.
Yep, he must be.
So that means that has to be somewhat weighty.
Yeah, 3150. I guess an Outlaw 10.5 used to have to be, right?
Over 3,000 for sure, but that doesn't mean he weighs that.
No, not now,
Right.
but he had to be at one point. But I think if you were
No, but it ain't what I'm saying is it ain't a 2,000-pound car.
no, I don't think so. But it's probably a 25.3 or whatever that the latest terminology is for a double rail Outlaw 10.5 car.
Wow.
I think. And again, I'm admitting I'm just speculating.
So the real Pontiac motor in that thing.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I guess Tad, you're sharper than I am. You looked at the fucking I will not say that often.
I
Trust
can't
me.
believe you said it once.
Well, I had to give it to him a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not a iron block or something. It's an aluminum built engine.
Incorrect.
No?
Isn't it
Yes.
an iron block?
Is iron block?
Tom?
And I couldn't see it.
Oh, I thought you told me it was an iron block.
No, it was dark.
It was dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I couldn't see it.
Well,
No,
you told me about
it's
the castings and the stuff the guy bought.
if I was guessing, I would say it's an aluminum, and it's probably the all Pontiac.
Okay.
The old Indian Adventure blocks.
Okay.
That my buddy Frank bought, and he runs that company now.
That's that's impressive. And I know what you just said. Look, I mean, I guess if does it take a Chevy crank? You think it takes a Pontiac crank? I mean, is that like, are they Pontiac nuts? Like they got to use a Pontiac journal?
No,
crankshaft?
I don't think it's any of that. I mean, I know it takes Chevy. Well, the all Pontiac stuff takes Chevy rods.
Okay.
But
But I mean, probably like the inherent problems that a Pontiac had, they corrected with
yeah,
the
the
block.
main web stuff.
So I mean, really, in the end, it's all got pistons, it's all got rods, it's all got
It's got a
valves.
humongous cubic inch.
It's a pump.
How big is that thing? You think?
I don't know.
How big could they be? Tad?
Well, remember way back at your shop, you had those Pontiac Pro Stock heads sitting there,
Yeah, but that's a
but that's on a Chevy engine, so that's a corporate engine,
big
right?
block head
Yeah.
back then. Yeah.
That's different.
But it was Pontiac, you know. So,
Yeah,
but
well,
this
that's-
is
No, this is a real Pontiac. I
Yeah.
think it could be 555.
Okay. So it's not like in the 630s or anything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It could
The
be.
Pontiac in Indian Adventure block can definitely go into 600 cubes.
Really?
Yeah.
There's actually people that would do that and
I used to go to Bill Sorelli's shop a long time ago when they were doing the research and development for the Indian Adventures steel block.
Yeah, they still do it.
Yeah, that guy used to come there, and Bill Sorelli used to invite my friend Steve Irvin and myself, and we used to go up there and
Pontiac people are pretty
check 'em out.
hardcore.
And they were making big power, and that was over 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Bill still CNCs the heads for that company.
Right.
Yep.
That was tough stuff then. The Indian Adventures block has come a long way.
Yeah, a different guy owns it now.
Yeah, I definitely would say he has some serious horsepower in that car.
Especially with boost, so
Yeah,
Yep.
with the twin turbos. Yeah, it's twin turbos, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're twin 88s.
Twin 88s.
And I know what Tom made the comment to me is that anything with, 288s, if it doesn't grenade, will probably go pretty fast.
Got to make power. Yeah.
I mean, you're moving that much air through the motor, you got to move that much fuel. And if you move that much fuel and that much air, you
making that much horsepower.
got to make that much power.
Right.
But, well, I mean, look, I'm kind of sorry I didn't go. Like, I wouldn't give two shits if I was in the, quote unquote secret areas or, I
I
could mean,
could have got you in too.
well, like you said you got an open invite.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And
The experience had to be good.
That was awesome.
and the people that you talked to were good for the most part.
Yeah.
And
Really good.
you spent a lot of time with Daddy Dave. I feel like such a dork saying Daddy Dave.
Oh, that's
It's like,
him. Yeah. I wish we had some listeners, and I wish he would hear this because he was absolutely the coolest guy.
All right.
Did you get to drive the little scooter that they're building, or no?
No, but this guy from Washington brought a bar stool
Oh, well, thanks.
Honda engine thing with a little tiny turbo on it.
Those things don't.
Pretty funny.
They look like they're going to kill you. Just if you go over 10 miles an hour.
They probably would. But yeah, it was a great experience. Great.
What last thing we got to get to, because it bothered particularly Fudd, who I'm sure is still listening because I get the random hatred text message whenever you told on him. Some of the sound effects that we hear, believe it or not, turn out to be real.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we made fun of that. The wheel screech.
Yeah.
And when the crow made his pass, and it was badass the whole way down, we heard that sound, and actually me and Dave looked at each other and we're like, damn, that sound is real. And it, that show pretty much debunked everything that we said. Like we are losers.
We have to go back. Tad, I will put you on this because you probably know some of the areas to forage for video. See if you can find the first 2 or 3 episodes of Street Outlaws, because Fudd was telling me that in the very beginning that they had Formula One cars.
Yeah. I remember that.
I don't know if that was the case, but Fudd said that happened.
Well, if it did, it's going to be funny now, but I'm going to find it hard to believe.
Man, we told on them so bad for so
we're such
long.
Losers.
I have a guy who emailed me and told me not to be surprised that the people that form and shape the ideas for shows like this don't listen to a podcast like this.
Well, I wouldn't think so.
So that was no. I'm saying we shouldn't be surprised that they do. Is what I'm saying to you. They do listen.
They do
So
listen.
the things that we say and suggest, don't think that it's just going on deaf ears.
Oh no, and I mean, and there's probably, look, if you've got a group of 30 people doing show collaboration, and they're having a meeting. I mean, Lord knows it don't fucking happen in Hollywood. I mean, I just saw something the other day, and I saw it. I'm like, I want to throw something at the fucking TV when they said something stupid. Guy's talking about his car or something, and it was just one of the typical things we talk about. Just says something so stupid, so not even close to being accurate or anything, and you're like, you guys can't ask anybody. I mean, really?
I know.
It's really bad. But I mean, that's why the sound effect thing, I kind of wanted to get cleared up.
It's cleared up.
Now House of Grudge is separate from this situation.
Yeah, and now that now that I've seen and heard how far they go with episodes, I don't even know if House of Grudge is on yet. They may be shooting a season and a half worth of shit just to get out in front of it.
I would think so.
Like almost they have to, right, Ted?
Yeah, because you have to have it backed up in case anything horrible happens. You still have shows to put on.
Yeah. Kind of like what we were doing,
in the beginning. Yeah.
Taping shows just in case.
Yeah, because we were having fuck ups and we didn't know what we were doing.
And then if Tad didn't show up, we couldn't even do the show.
Yeah, I mean, just everything grinds to a halt without our tard or retard.
That's going to stick, you know.
It's not going to stick.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to make it stick.
Goat on goat.
Yeah, I mean, there could be, like, and it's a shame because the House of Grudge thing, I still think could be a good show, but
sure.
I'm not going to get it. I mean, I think, Crunch, what cable company did you have?
I have Comcast.
You have you can't get it either unless it happens to be in your area. But
what is the name of the network?
MAV, isn't that it?
MAV TV, yeah.
MAV TV.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
We're going to have, well, they sponsor they were sponsoring a Pro Stock car or a funny car or something.
I have Speed Channel.
Yeah, I don't
We're going to have to start pirating satellite again.
Again?
Nah.
There was a whole story behind that
I don't want to go into.
I would imagine that
commercial break.
I'm pretty sure that we could talk
Tad,
about
don't
that
say things
someday.
like that.
We yeah, Tad Cooper.
I'm going to send in the clowns, okay?
I mean, we could probably talk about that all at some point, but now the satellites, you brought that up. I mean, Tad, do you have satellite or do you actually have cable?
Cable.
Yeah,
He's got rabbit ears.
Yeah.
Hey, that tinfoil gets you some good reception,
Yeah, it
okay?
does. That's for sure.
Actually, Alan, our friend, has a contraption up on his house still.
Yeah, he's got a
Some form,
dish.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I knew somebody. I knew it was some. I got to stop.
I still have my dishes up.
Yeah.
I can get it. I have cable and,
Well, I mean, and I don't know if that show will be popular enough to be able to grab it from.
I don't even know what we're worried about. We're probably going to be able to get it on the internet.
Yeah, I'd think.
Maybe.
Do you know somebody that does IPTV?
Yeah, but that gets really tough. You've got to encode and then send, and it involves a hosting facility. I mean, it can be done.
Just details.
I know. But yeah, I mean,
We'll have a box that just gets MAV TV.
yeah. Well, that's how these guys have done this.
Yeah.
I mean, and little smaller places like this, content providers will do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really wanted MAV TV and it wasn't in your area, you could buy a box like the box that I sell and they could just plunk it down and whenever they want to watch it, they turn it on. That's it. But you got to be streaming and there is a cost associated with it. I'd like to see the House of Grudge thing. I'm still, I mean, I know you were trying to work on getting those guys there, but it sounds like they're exceptionally busy.
Yeah. They're probably doing a year and a half worth of shows. I mean, I see on Herring's and Murillo's Facebook that they're taping here, they're taping there.
Yeah.
I guess one of them got beat by somebody and they invited him back. And
So they're busy.
it looks like it, unless they're full of shit.
Well, even
I don't think they are.
when Pink's used to be on, like when English Tank came up, it took us forever to actually see it coming on TV. Because it was all so, I don't know if it's all video editing or what they're doing before you actually see the race that you're at.
I never knew that Pink's until I think I saw it on TV before I knew they were Englishtown because I really didn't pay a lot of attention to that
Right.
show. Well,
I went to see it. It was neat because I had a bunch of people racing there and stuff. And
well, in 6 months we can, or it probably wasn't 6 months. Was it like 4 months? Maybe?
Yeah, like 4 months.
4 months we can.
Unless it's really good. I mean, they did say good shows get put out,
so they'll bump it up.
I think. And they did say that a lot of it made for good TV.
Okay.
And there's some guy in the back with a sundress on. He's got front center.
Oh boy, Ted.
Well, I didn't say his name.
Tad.
Too much.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you go back to your underground racing Lamborghini story for Tom?
Well, the problem is I haven't seen it. I can't give you any information. I just told it's cruising Somerville. Then we have the other.
So wait.
cruising around. What?
What you bring to the show is third-hand information.
Yep.
That they're,
You can't confirm.
What the fuck?
Tad,
He can neither confirm.
I didn't get there early enough for it.
you're going to be on special secret probation any minute now.
I mean,
I'll tell you that.
seriously, don't you just see stuff over the course of the day? It says, wow. Because that's what happens to me. I see stuff and I said, we should talk about this. I actually have quite a few topics and things over this past week, but the Street Outlaws thing was a little more entertaining. So I figured I'd offset that with your lack of any kind of.
I see plenty of stuff during the week. I forget about it.
He sees dead people.
Well,
Yes.
why don't you listen?
What?
Get a little old man notebook, like one of them little fucking mottled colored ones, and just stick it in your fucking pocket with a pencil and write down. I need to talk about this.
Yeah, because by the time you get that iPad out, you're forgetting what you're typing, and you gotta get a mic. Get one of those little old fashioned tape recorders. And say, note to self.
Put it next to my beeper.
You have a beeper?
No.
Oh. I was just checking.
The clown stole it. I think the goat ate it.
So Mike's having some kind of medical issue right now.
I know.
He does, like every show, 55 minutes in, he'll be like, I'm coughing.
I don't know.
I got the
I don't know what happens. I talk on the fucking telephone all day and I'm fine. And my voice is going away. That's fucking fantastic.
Well, maybe you got to, for the importance of the show is going to dictate that you need to talk on the phone less.
If we want to keep the lights on where we're doing a show, I got to talk more.
I know.
I will tell you one thing though, from being in Somerville. No, there's a guy that's always like every year he comes out. 1 year he disappears. He's got one of those Boss Hoss motorcycles with a trailer hitch on it. He used to ride up and down with his dog in a trailer, and then he started coming through with a 65 Impala with one of those giant Chevy 632 cubic inch engines. And he ran into a friend of mine. He's talking about it. I want to build an 800-inch motor for my car next. And if he's a nice guy, but I'm like, where's you getting the money? Because those Boss Hosses are not cheap. He's got one of those big Chevy motors. Those things aren't cheap. And this, I gotta talk to the guys. Like, where are you getting this money? He lives in Raritan.
I think they're kind of borderline ridiculous. Thank you, Jeff. Now, see, see, Tad, see, you might, Jeff, what do you do on Monday nights? Because we might have an opening here.
So I should just,
I didn't even have to dispatch him and he got me a water.
So I should just break on air and go get you a water instead of.
Well, it's not like you're saying anything interesting.
Well, he might be selling goats, that guy.
Jesus.
There we go. One of those goat people.
Goats are in.
I would never want one of those Boss Hoss things. I mean,
I think they're ridiculous the way the motor's sitting
Is that
there
the
and everything.
motorcycle with the motor?
with the V8.
Yeah,
so,
the V8.
So imagine this: you're sitting there one day and you whack the throttle. What does the thing do? Flip over sideways?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the torque, but
No, I mean, think about it. Think about the direction what a car does. I mean, it's
not EJ Potter's. He had the motor in the right way.
Yeah, I can't even imagine driving one of them fucking things.
And not only him, we had got a guy that comes from Pennsylvania on one of the big block Boss Hosses. And I'm like, I can't even imagine driving that thing all the way from Pennsylvania to Somerville just for a show.
My buddy at Redline, a customer of his brought one in. It's got a LS2 in it,
Oh Jesus!
which is actually pretty wild because they don't weigh anything.
Yeah, real light.
And they make ridiculous power. And it's a motorcycle.
Just so not interested.
No.
I mean, to me, if I like, and I mean, I hate to even pick on the Harley guys either. I'm gonna fucking alienate a whole bunch of people here. I think the Harleys are stupid. I don't. I mean, yeah, they're neat to look at, but if I'm going to get on a motorcycle, something with two wheels, I want to go insanely fast. I want to stop insanely well. I want to turn insanely hard. I want to be able to drift the thing. I want that thing. Shut up, Ted. On two wheels. Let's see one of them fucking idiots that drift with that Formula Drift thing, get out and fucking slide a bike around Summit Point. Suck my dick. That there's idiots.
Wow.
I don't like them. Wow. That
Talk
there's
about a climactic ending.
Yeah, you watch those guys that
Damn.
when they're really hitting it on a motorcycle, like you watch what they do, and I'm sorry, the drift guys got nothing on them.
Oh, you see those guys
And
on
they're actually
YouTube.
racing.
We are going down Retad Highway.
Well, you see the guys on YouTube with the fat back tire bikes going in and out of traffic, just smoking the tires like you're nuts.
I like the big 330 back tire on a is it a Bourget?
Oh, yeah, Borghettes.
Oh, those bikes.
They're badass.
They're nice looking, but I still wouldn't want to ride it. The thing just looks like it's going to fall over going around a turn.
I'll tell you, the people that bought the Borgette stuff when they first came out and they were really hot, paying 60, 70 grand for them. Now you can buy them for like 15 grand.
Oh yeah.
The same as the Orange County Choppers.
They're
Oh, that's a $100,000 bike. Look on eBay now, like $15,000.
We just got a call from them that they're actually, I got a call from one of the Orange County guys that they're getting back into a show and what can we they can do a lot for us. What can we do for them? I don't know.
Another biker show?
You guys a big motorcycle parts manufacturer?
Well, yeah, we are.
You do Harley stuff?
Yeah, we have a whole Harley
Did their
division
fame
and catalog. Yeah.
Did their fame decline over the years?
I don't know. I don't
think
pay
it did.
attention.
I used to watch that show.
Yeah, I did for a while, but it got stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like they all do.
I think what happens is all these things with the Street Outlaws thing, I think they actually went a good direction. I'll go out.
Yeah.
We'll go out and we'll say that they went a good direction, getting away from their bullshit list. This guy's going to call out this guy and
Well, they
drive.
were listening to us.
I seriously
They
doubt
were
we.
listening.
I seriously don't.
If it helps you sleep at night, yep, they were listening to
telling
us.
you,
But
Tom made it out of there alive.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, right. God,
they didn't know.
could you imagine if they heard any of that shit and you showed up down there?
I showed up there with Power Speed podcast shirt
Oh
on.
God,
Yeah.
Next thing I know, there's video of me
We
hanging by my
have
ankles.
many numbers in the 405.
yeah, we have high listener count.
Yeah, we
I'm
do.
telling you, they were listening to us. Everything we said, they changed. It
Well-
wasn't a mistake.
Well, now
But-
they're listening to see if they can go after Tom for.
Yeah, right. The lawyer's sitting there
No,
taking
I'm-
notes. Stenographer.
I'm good.
It's really good that it went the direction it did, because the list thing was it ended up appearing scripted. You know, it ended up appearing that like they were trying to fill time and trying to generate controversy. Somebody, I mean, look, everybody that has a car,
Well, they're still doing the list.
I know they're still doing the list, but it's not. It seems like most of the episodes now are focusing on people coming to race. Like that was when they
For where they're going to go to race.
right when they closed last season. They said, "Look, you know, we they lost, didn't they lose to a group of guys?" Like,
Yeah.
okay, so,
California, Kai Kelly beat Chief.
right. So then they said, "Okay, now we have to go out and we have to prove we're the best." So they're gonna, you know, and what that basically did is it opened them up. Look, every car guy, the reason you fuck with a car is you want to go fast, and more than anything, you want to go fast. You want to go faster than the guy next to you. So if you're a guy messing with your car and you want to go fast, you want to go fast against someone. You want to try to beat them. That's what happens.
Yep.
So this level or this direction that they're taking it to me makes it a hell of a lot better show. The list thing I just found stupid, and I think I'll stand on that one. And you can listen to episodes 1 through 15. We talk about us.
Well, they still need the list, and you know, now that I've seen it, the list is valid because guys want to race onto the list so they could race. You know, so they can, I mean, I think they're going. I don't know if I can say where they're going this week, but they're going somewhere this week up north to race a bunch of people, and they actually talked about Small Block Petey and somebody else that came in.
He was just down there a week or two before you.
Yeah. And I asked Dave how he did, and he's like, "Come on, man." I also asked Dave how fast the truck or the Nova. He's tested the Nova.
Yeah.
I'm like, "So how fast is it?" He's like, "Come on, man. How fast is that? You know, your car? Well, not my car. The car I'm with." I'm like, "It's gone 840." He said, "Yeah, mine's gone 840." He was just cool. I can't. I'm sounding like an Adam Carolla stalker
Fanboy,
right?
yeah.
But no, it's impressive that a guy. You know, he doesn't. I guess he doesn't see himself as a big star. He must know how many people watch him.
Yeah.
But he was just cool. They were all cool.
Give me a 40-foot stacker and a total home, Proline engine, and a car. I'll go all over the country. I'll be cool too.
Yeah, you would.
Very cool.
None of those guys got stackers.
But you said a lot of
or
them.
toters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we talk about that they're all real regular guys in other
Yeah.
aspects.
Yeah, they are.
They all work.
Yeah,
They got jobs, and
I mean, Daddy Dave has a general repair shop, and he works it.
now because they don't know how much you can say, I'll make the general observation that look, this is going to sound bad, but I'm going to say this anyway. If you got a woman who's giving you a hard time,
Go ahead,
like,
Mike.
look,
Go ahead, Mike. You say it.
yep. If you got a woman who's giving you a hard time, there's plenty other ones out there. Listen, bitch, nothing makes you special. You know, there's many more of you out there.
Whoa.
And if one of these guys got froggy with Street Outlaws and said, "Look, I'm a big part of the show. I need to get paid," they'll be like, "Look, there's 7,000 other retards that want to take your place. Maybe 7 million other retards want to take your place."
That exact subject came up,
Really? Yep.
and that's exactly how it is.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think that for every one of those guys, there's 5 million others behind them.
And it doesn't seem like they care. I mean, I'm sure they do good on gear and stuff like that. I'm sure they make money over this. And I'm sure they get customers because of it. But I really got the sense that they like doing this shit. And they're fucking good at
Well,
it.
I would too.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Of course you like doing it. You get to street race, they get to film you on TV, and the cops ain't going to give you a fucking ticket. I mean, shit.
You're right.
I mean,
it can't get much better.
yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Well, it's like if you ever watch the gold mining in Alaska show, everybody's pushing their shirts and stuff like that. It's like you go online, it's like, oh my God, how much they want for that stuff?
Well, that's how these guys probably really make money, because I can't see. By the way, I'm going to ask you this, and if you don't feel like answering it or don't know, is this a Discovery Channel property, or did a production house do this and shop it?
I don't know. That I don't know.
Because if it's a production house shopped thing, like in other words, the production house came up with the concept for a
Yep.
show and they shopped it to Discovery, that makes the cast members even one step further removed from getting paid, because then the only people getting paid is Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
We should come up with a TV show.
We should.
Yes.
Each one of those guys on there has come up, quote unquote, come up since the beginning of the show.
What do you mean?
Literally, you can see the differences in the come up. I'll just say that.
I don't understand what you're talking about. What do you mean come up?
He used air quotes, so it must be
It
important.
must be, there must be something that,
I'm saying you can look at the cars they run, the engines they run.
Oh, yeah.
oh, you mean things are getting better?
Way better.
Well, the
Yeah.
Cutlass that I just showed you before.
Way better.
Well, if you think about the one, sorry, go ahead.
Well, the Cutlass, nobody can see it. It's got spindle mounts on the front and huge 16-inch, slicks on the back.
You mean the Cuddy?
Yeah. Since what? Well, they might not be.
He's messing with you.
Yeah. But the car used to be a G body. Now there's nothing G body about that left.
Yeah, but I think what Crunch is saying is that probably, did you get a sense that these guys are free to make their own deals?
Yeah, they are.
All right. So,
And,
okay.
and with parts and yeah.
Can they wear whatever T-shirt they want?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
gotta sign off on it, yeah.
Okay. So that's where, I could see one of the guys saying, look, Turbonetics just called me. What do you guys want to do? Precision. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're smart, that's what you do. And if you're really smart, what you do is you get extra shit and then you sell it to make actual green money.
Yep.
I mean, that's what people used to do to GM for years when they were sponsored by GM through their motorsports division. There were guys, and I won't mention any names, that I know, we bought parts from them at like half of what, the deep deal from GM was, like a bow tie block. Back then they were like $900. We get them for like, I don't know, 500. Well,
they cost $1,900 now.
Yeah, but what would happen is GM would give this guy, he'd give him a list of all the shit he wanted, and that's how they made their money. They'd sell off all the shit they didn't use. So like probably the Cuddy guy says, look, I'm a Street Outlaws personality. I'm going to be on there. I'll wear your shirts. I'll put your decals on. You got to help me out. And then that's better than buying a $250,000 ad space on fucking Discovery Networks.
Right.
It's funny. I could probably say this. So Daddy Dave's new car is a certain color, and
It's badass.
it's really badass. And he had some decals on it, a decal that was a certain color, and it's kind of muted, like
Is it yellow?
no tone on tone. No, he's not gay.
No.
What? So it's tone on tone. And for anybody that doesn't know what tone on tone is, you could email Mike at anotherhater.com. But it would be like putting a black decal on a black car, but
Like a police car now.
One's lighter black than So he had this color on, and he wasn't sure it was the right color for the decals that are going to go on the car. And I'm like, dude, I got the decal for you. And I ran in my car and I got the color of the manly decals and gave him two. And he landed on the car. I'm like, man, they'd look good on the front spoiler. He's like, I think the color's right. I'm like, yeah, they'd look good on that front spoiler. He's like, should we start talking about how much that's going to cost?
No, really?
And I'm like, yeah, everything's got a price. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if you want to hear it. And I think, and he was serious. But no, I could see. I mean, it's nationally televised. He probably gets big dough for that stuff, and rightly so.
And you couldn't have just.
I mean, he was
slapped
cool. It was cool about it. It was more funny than anything.
Yeah.
But
You couldn't have slapped the power and speed on there without him looking.
Oh yeah.
well, I actually
walk
did.
up and do the bumper sticker slap of just fucking.
Yeah, I put a pink power and speed right on the window.
And then the rainbow sticker.
Why we got to go gay with this?
Where is
Yeah.
this going?
I don't know. I think we're out of gas.
Hit the thingamajig.
I know where it's going.
Yeah, down
boy.
Retad Highway.
Yep. Well, look, the whole thing about Street Outlaws, that's good. This is going to be a good one for people to listen to.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate there was one phone call, which I won't even discuss, and I won't pick it up. And the other thing is, next week, I have the Ferguson guy. We did an interview with him with the self-learning stuff when you weren't here.
Yep.
So I wanted to put that in tonight, but the Street Outlaws thing was pretty big.
Thanks for coming, Jeff.
Yep. See you all next time.
Later.
Yep.